So again, we're gonna save this as robot UV 024, so you can follow along with it if you're following this. And I'm just gonna select this piece and see where I can fit it. I can fit it up there. Probably just need to rotate upside down. I have angle snap, so I'm gonna turn it off so I can rotate pieces a little bit proper. Just gonna try to fit it as much as I can into place and find place for some of those pieces. We just detach it. So most of the things fit kind of okay. Just need to place them a little bit more correctly at some places, so I can have enough distance between all those pieces. Now I can select the fingers and put them into place. Put them in different places where you have space. For example, here is another good place. And I can rotate it up so I can fit more pieces in it there. Select all those and I'm just gonna move them closer to this so I can fit them there. And now I'm just gonna select this piece, rotate it upside down instead of the opposite way of the other one, and kind of probably free a little bit space here by moving this down. Now I can move this in there and this in here and this in here. Or actually, it's a good habit if you can put all the fingers and those things in similar place. This way you will not have to texture onto big spaces and distances, because this can be very annoying sometimes. And this is the sphere for the eye, so I want to put it somewhere closer to the eye itself. For example, this is a good place. I can probably would scale this up just slightly because I will have a good reflection on it. And this is the sphere on the fingers, so it's gonna be only one, but I can scale a little bit up in order to capture a little bit more detail. Probably not much, but that's gonna be enough. And for the fingers, for the big finger, which is this one, I want to make it a little bit bigger. Probably I'm gonna place it in somewhere where I can scale it a little bit much more, because I want to have a little bit more detail for the fingers themselves. So I'm gonna scale this slightly, as well as this. As you can see, this is more about always experimenting what will fit and what will not, and try to scale those things even if they're not the proper size and they're a little bit bigger than they're supposed to be. Doesn't matter, as long as you're using your UV space as optimal as you can. That's kind of very important. For example, if I can scale this a little bit more, I'll scale it, because in the end this will affect the texture much more properly and it will give much more better results once I bake anything. For example, here I have a little bit of free space, and why not take advantage and scale this up to have much more detail on the texture. As well as probably I can scale this also, wherever I can capture much more space and detail, I'm gonna do it, because scaling this will provide me the detail I need on the textures. This is for an eye, so I don't have to worry that much about it. Or actually I don't need to worry that much about the finger actually. So alright, this is almost done. I need to scale this up. This is the bottom sphere for the leg, which is also going to be used on a few other places. And this is for the arm. As you can see, we have some empty spaces that have left in some of those areas. We cannot fix them because we cannot fill them because we can't, but another thing I can do is break this, move it down, and select the element and scale this up more now. This way I can have more space for the helmet. And now I can select this piece and just put it here. It's the leg, but probably the leg or the arm, just not sure, but we have more space right now than we had before. Or I can just fit it a little bit down where it's supposed to be. So this way we haven't done something that wrong. Alright, so our mesh looks kind of okay. Our UVs are done. So this is how we have UVs. Another thing I'm going to do is select anything, and I'm going to select freeform mode, and I just want to make sure that if I go to the borders I have a little bit of space everywhere. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. And on this side as well. Why I do this is because when you look, you have to have much more equal space everywhere, because later on when you have the seams, I can expand the seams, and once I do it I want to have enough space where I can expand and so on. I don't want my UVs to go outside because this can cause issues, and probably this side can get projected on this side or something like this, and you don't want to have that kind of issues later on the low poly mesh. So I'm gonna leave this UVs like this, and in our next chapter I'm gonna start preparing this for baking.